What up, everybody? This is
The House of Kings.
Welcome.
Got it.
Yes, we are. Today we have a very special guest, a brother of ours, firefighter, husband, father, primo, hermano, guidero, everything of the above.
Tipicazo.
Un tipicazo. Manny Fajardo, señor.
Gracias, hermano. Gracias. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us the time to, give us this episode, give the audience this episode, because I feel like today we have a very interesting topic. It's gonna resonate with a lot of people out there, especially nowadays, right? When it comes to a man's mental health or emotional stability, or when it comes to even being vulnerable, with your peers, because of the fact that we were taught that men don't cry. We're from that era.
Gotta hold it in.
We gotta hold it in. We're machines. We cannot show emotion, type shit.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that, Adrian?
No, I agree. It's a good topic, man. Especially now. Obviously, everyone knows like the suicide rate is much higher on men than women. So,
100.
obviously, there's something going on that either men feel like they can't express themselves, or it makes them look weak and they hold it in, or maybe some traumas in their life made them kind of be secluded and not open up. So it's a lot of different things we could talk about when it comes to that.
Y por si acaso, esto es Spanglish, ¿ok?
Oh, sí, claro. Fluently.
Claro que sí. ¿Y tú, Manny, qué crees de este topic?
Definitely is a topic that is important to speak about, because suicide rates are, elevated. In the career I'm in, I unfortunately get to witness people trying to commit suicide. Some people are successful, unfortunately.
Aside from firefighting, you do paramedic too, right? Eso es como una cosa en conjunto.
Yeah, in South Florida's fire rescue, so you're a firefighter paramedic.
Okay.
And I teach also on the side.
Also, you have to take that class for paramedic, and you have to pass in order to be a firefighter?
Yeah, you need to be a minimum EMT, but some people don't even hire EMTs, so you have to be a paramedic as well.
Okay.
Está bueno.
No, but also when you're dealing with people who are trying to commit suicide and like doing stuff like that, how does that affect you when you go home? You seeing that all the time.
Yeah, it does put stressors on you, seeing people at their worst.
Yeah.
And you just trying to be there and trying to do the most for them. And, sometimes it's too late, and unfortunately you store that as well, the things you see.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot.
So you think a lot of firefighters just act like they're okay, knowing that deep inside is affecting them?
I think the culture is evolving and it's changed.
Yeah.
Back then it was the old school mentality, get up, get over it, go home to your family.
Yeah, man.
And you haven't,
processed
the whole situation. Mm-hmm. Now they have, we call it a SISM team, is a critical incident stress management team. Every time we see something crazy, because it's not normal for people to continuously see trauma. We basically have a team that goes around and they talk to us. There's therapists, there's, also your peers as well. They're part of this team. Mm-hmm. They come out and they debrief you, and you get to take time off if you need, or, obviously, to go home to your family afterwards.
When did they start that?
Unfortunately, that happened a couple of years back. We lost someone to suicide.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, it was.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, one of my brothers, Dominican dude too, 19-year veteran. Something just, I don't know what happened, but
something didn't click right.
I don't know what took him down that route, but ended up dead, and he ended up taking his own life.
Wow.
So after that, it was something that should have been in place way before, and now it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Está bueno. Adrian, have you had any friends or any type of experience like that of suicide just because they didn't find someone to talk to, or was feeling like stuck? in a way where they couldn't express what they were feeling inside.
Not me personally, but a friend of mine had a friend that was going through that, and then obviously at the moment no one knows that they're in that stage, and the guilt she feels because she feels like she would have known, she would have done more, like it bothered her that much that I don't know, like that affected her. But I didn't know the person like that well, like close to me, not like that.
Right.
So I don't know how that will affect me or how I feel or anything like that. But it's that's why I like just check on your peoples, man, for real, because you never know. Like they could see fine, go to get-togethers and do whatever, and then
No, and the communication is something that is not just for marriage.
well,
Let's say
we all
communication is a universal thing that will help everyone, in some point in time in their life. I feel because all you got to do is talk, man. All you got to do is express yourself. You find somebody that you're comfortable with, and you just express yourself. You talk about it. It doesn't have to be someone professional.
Mm-hmm.
It can be one of your brothers, and just talk about what you're feeling. Maybe that person has good insight for you. Maybe it's a good turnaround point for you when you start, talking about whatever issue you have here, and whatever issues you have in here. It all is a combination. I feel that can be fixed just by communicating.
Yeah, no, I agree. But how do we how do we see signs, right? Let's say a brother of ours or a good friend or family member, and you kind of see patterns. You know how someone is. You know them for a long time, and if they're outgoing, maybe you could kind of see like, okay, he's not going out as much. Okay, he's not trying to be around with people. Like sometimes they'll give you these signs, but since we're always caught up in our own life, sometimes we don't realize those little small things that they're changing with other time,
Yeah.
And maybe if we pay more attention of, our loved ones and stuff like that, maybe we could catch it before it gets to that point.
Of course. I had a friend of mine that went through some things, was not feeling himself, felt like, the struggle was too much, and he almost took his life away. And the good thing is that there was people around him that was able to catch it on time.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But because he felt he couldn't speak to nobody, he was drowning his own feelings, and he felt like he was probably by himself. I feel, and that's one thing that I think that you should never feel alone, especially if you have friends that they love you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to talk about whatever it is going on in your head. Yo pienso que a veces uno tiene que abrirse, agarrar esos sentimientos y llorar si tiene que llorar.
But what do you think made him not open up?
Bueno, the same thing that we are brought up with, que los hombres no pueden llorar.
Sí.
Eso sí es verdad, loco.
We grow up with this mentality where nosotros no podemos llorar, que el sentimiento tenemos que guardar dentro. Nosotros somos hombres, no se puede llorar.
Mm-hmm.
Eso no vale.
Mm-hmm.
Ahora, la pregunta mía es...
When did that change?
Exactamente. Ahora se puede llorar. ¿Y por qué ahora se puede llorar y antes no?
Do you think men became more sensitive the further we got in this society?
I think they got more aware.
Well, men now in this generation are sensitive because they're being raised by women. Most the father figures not in the house, so they don't have that manly mentality or how we grew up.
Yeah, well,
it was just like firm, like.
Well, we had more discipline then.
Correct.
Like today's day and age, discipline will incriminate the parents somehow.
Yeah, no.
you know?
But look how we turned out. You see the
Exactly.
difference?
Yeah.
It's a
We're a
balance.
little, it's a thin line.
It's a balance because I remember growing up. My parents super strict. We weren't allowed to show our emotions, even when you got injured or hurt. So yo llegaba a la casa. Yo me recuerdo yo llegué from playing basketball and I had a laceration in my chin, and obviously you're hurt, you're tearing, and they got pissed off at me because I had an injury, and they were like, llora. Si tú lloras, te voy a dar algo, I'm gonna give you a reason to cry, basically. So it's like it was one of those things. We weren't allowed to express ourselves vocally about anything either.
Do you think it's because how they were raised?
I think it has to do with a generational thing. And I think some of us are breaking that now. And even early stages, I think almost till I was 30 years old, I didn't know how to communicate in relationships. Like I never had that skill. I went to therapy, which I promote. People should do. And try to heal from some of the things from your past that you've gone through. We've all gone through some things.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons. I think another reason is, which it might get a little crazy here, but I think what's in our food, right? It's damaging our testosterone levels. So males nowadays, their testosterone levels are lower than what it was back in the day. So if your hormones are imbalanced and those guys have more estrogen, they're gonna act more like a female.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
So
the food
makes sense.
Yeah,
100%. That's what's going on too, bro.
It's definitely the intake. Yeah, all those processed foods, también joden a uno.
100%, and all the sugars and everything that's in everything.
Wow.
I don't want to get too into the whole like political side of it.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking now the same thing what he said. The fact that it's so much of this free will, be who you want to be, express yourself, also has a big effect in how some people want to be, men want to be, or however. Like it's okay to be who you want to be. Before it was just you're a man, that's it.
No, y también it's just that that self-awareness now. There's a lot more of that.
Yeah.
Y tú sabes, la gente uno mismo se está encontrando y por eso tienen el valor de expresarse de una forma más íntimo con sus hermanos o whoever it is they want to talk to.
Yeah.
Y puede ser también por la comida que uno consume, pero that self-awareness is there now. Antes, que si me agarran llorando soy una mujercita, ya.
Sí.
Ya por eso ya los amigos míos me dejan llorando, yo soy una mujercita. They're not going to want to play with me no more. They're not going to want to hang out with me no more.
The jokes they're going to have.
The jokes, you know what I'm saying? Ahora no, ahora yo personalmente me siento cómodo.
Yeah.
Si yo le tengo que llorar a ustedes por algo que yo siento que me está pasando en la vida, me siento cómodo porque eso no me va a depilar menos como hombre.
Yeah.
Te digo la verdad, loco.
We're not gonna belittle you.
Truthfully, that's a sign of strength in your part. People view it as weakness, but it's not. It's a greater strength to let go of your emotions, right? And to cry, which it releases toxins. It lowers your blood pressure. It does a lot of positive things, which people should, the older I've gotten, ahora que soy un viejo, hasta película, loco. Yo veo una película con una mujer y hay un escenario, maybe I connect to, right?
Right.
Y yo estoy lagrimando. Y yo estoy ahí de que al lado, tú sabes, para que no me vean. No, es verdad. It's crazy, but yeah.
No, but it's true. It's
no,
true.
yo soy un llorón en película también. Yo soy un llorón.
When I started though, honestly, it's when my mom called me and she's like, I need to rent the house. You got to move out. That was the first time. And I was like, mierda, ¿para dónde yo voy? Para la calle. So I was pissed. Fast forward, I started living with Junior around downtown. I moved back to the house and I was watching movies. First time living alone. And I'm like, ay, Dios mío. Like, I've never been this type. But just suddenly, it's like when I watch movies, I don't know, it's because the fact that now I'm living alone and it's like hitting me somehow.
Yeah.
Bro, yo estaba llorando for every movie, every romantic movie, everything. And then I'll call my mom, oh, I love you. Call my brother, I love you.
Estaba sentimental.
And they're like, are you okay? But I don't know what happened, bro. Like, that's what many say.
Okay, I'm calling you. I just saw the Notebook.
Bro, I call him, Mom, you got to see this movie. This and that. She's like, what's wrong with you?
You know, talking, I know it's off topic because we're talking about crime, but the word you just said, I love you, you know.
That's a powerful word.
Right? It's an emotional thing. It's a powerful word. I didn't grow up hearing it. You know what I mean? So for a long time, it was hard for me to say it.
How did they show love to you?
You know, providing. You know, my parents are, you know, immigrants, so directamente del sitio. So, you know, coming from DR and, you know, trying to make ends meet here and give us a better life than what they had. Right. You know, so, but yeah,
which they're good at.
I think now it's crazy now that I have kids and I overly say it. Just to like tell them and show them in different ways, you know.
Well, that's one thing that I feel that, you know, the way we were raised, it helps us. It helps us when we have our own family. Helps us put those pieces together that was missing from back then, and make sure that, you know, they have a fuller effect. They will have that fuller effect, that fuller emotion from us, the parents, than what we received as we were growing up. ¿Sabe? Yo entiendo esa parte que nosotros aprendemos from, and I'm not saying that they're mistakes from our parents, because you don't know what they've been through.
It's all they knew, though.
That's all they knew.
They thought they were doing the right job.
But they did, though, in a way, because look at us now.
Yeah.
You know, it's all different situations, different scenarios, but because of them, we are who we are today.
Yeah.
And I feel like taking what we learned from them and applying it in a different way, the way we see it fit for our children, I think is a good thing, depending on what it is.
Like, I feel like in a way it's good, because if you guys or we all wouldn't have been raised that way, you wouldn't have an example of like, okay, they did it this way, but, you know, maybe I could be somewhat firm how they were and then mix it with your side of things, like more loving, this, attention, quality time, you know? I feel like we had to go through that to kind of see like an example of like, okay, I know how that is. I went through it. I don't want them to go through that. You know what I mean?
Yep. And that happens, I mean, after I had the kids, it just shows you so much, right? You start, sometimes I catch myself like, oh my God, I'm like acting like my parents right now.
Like a flashback.
It's a flashback, right? Like, yo. And the thing is, I agree with you.
Hello, Cat, to all my kings and queens out there, it's your boy Jay. The fellas and I just want to say thank you for all the love and support. And if you're enjoying this episode, all you have to do is hit that like and subscribe. If you'd like to connect, DM us on our Instagram at HOK_podcast or email us at houseofkingspodcast@gmail.com. Much love. Now let's get back to it.
Cosa positiva, positive things you take from what you didn't receive.
Right.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to change that. But there's certain things that you did see that were negative, right? And
that I don't use.
But sometimes it comes out and you don't realize. And you're like, oh, damn, now I need to do self-work, right? You got to get better every single day.
Y ya esos traumas que uno recibió,
you got to face them.
Se refleja.
Yeah, because I feel like if you wouldn't have gone through it, you would not would have realized that you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
But now that you know, like, wait, this reminded me of my mom when she, I didn't like how I felt. No, let me not do that. You know what I mean?
It's a balance, bro, because we were like, well, you know, a little militant, you know, the way we were brought up, you know, getting beat con de todo, you know, correa, palo de todo, right? And then I feel like this past generation, they got a little bit too much lenience, right? So now you're seeing these products of these kids coming up, these little 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, no respect for the elders, you know, never been disciplined. So when you even raise your voice at them, they're crying, you know, they're emotional.
Pero ¿sabes por qué?
Yeah.
Porque ellos crecieron o se criaron with no consequences.
No, cero.
Cero consecuencias. So they feel that they're bulletproof with everything. Because, yo puedo hacer esto, ¿qué me va a pasar? Nada.
Yeah.
They can't do nothing.
They can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Specifically right now in this time and age.
Yeah,
they can't do anything. If they do something, I'm going to call the cops.
Oh, and everyone's a winner, you know. Everyone got a trophy. No.
Yeah.
Even if
Exacto.
right?
Yeah.
yo, if si eso pasa with my kids when they're in sports and they didn't get first place and they go to give them a trophy, they're not receiving that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna show them, you know, you got to work harder.
Y que como el otro trophy, here's
Participation.
Yeah, here's for the participation. No, don't give no trophies,
Nope.
no type of participation shit. If I didn't win, don't give it to
No,
me.
but I remember when I was a kid and playing baseball with my dad. My team lost, whatever, and they were trying to give trophies to other kids that lost. But like you said, the other one.
Yeah.
And my dad's like, no, you don't get one. I mean, I was a kid, so I cried. I wanted a trophy, but like you see it now, I'm like, he wanted not to congratulate me for losing.
Yeah.
No. Feel it. Feel that feeling you get. Work harder next time, so you don't get like that. You know what I mean? So it's true. It's true.
It's better to nip it in the bud now at a young age because cuando crezcan, they're going to want everything.
It's
Like,
entitlement.
No,
exactamente.
but
It's going to
is.
turn into entitlement.
But everyone's a winner, though. It's so true for everything. They're like wants positivity, and everyone is a winner. It doesn't matter who's first. No, the person that made it first on whatever it was, he probably worked 10 times harder than everyone. So he deserves that. So they're like taking that away from people now.
And on top of that, it's also a balance in right from wrong.
Yeah.
That goes in that category
Correct,
as well.
correct.
You know, porque si tú no le enseñas, no, tú no ganaste porque lo hiciste mal.
Sí.
Ellos no van a saber qué hicieron mal. Ellos van a creer que lo hicieron bien. Oh, even though I did it this way differently, I still got a trophy. You know? So
I don't have to work hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's lazy, bro. It's just like, but whose fault is it though?
Y hay mucha gente
is it the
así hoy en día.
parents? Is it coaching? Is it the generation?
It starts with the parents.
Right? The root of it.
It starts with the parents. It starts with the older generation.
Yeah.
If the older generation don't break it, the younger generations are going to continue with feeding off that y van a crecer siendo entitled.
You think that has a lot to do also with their mental when they get older?
Yeah, in a way.
Of like always trying to be a winner. They get older, they go to reality, life, live on their own, and then now things are not going the way they want.
And that's when suicide comes in.
You see what I'm saying? It kind of goes one on one because now they're like, I got everything my way. My parents spoiled me. My parents this and that. Now you're on your own, and it's like nothing what you thought about.
It's funny. Los otro día, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I saw this kid that he had stabbed himself.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He had stabbed himself. They lo salvaron because you can see the surgery from his belly button all the way up to here because I guess they had him open him up, but he stabbed himself in the heart. I don't know exactly how he survived, but he did. But he tried to commit suicide. You know why? Because he had a $20,000 debt. He was 18, 19 years old. He had a 20, no pasaba de 25,
That's crazy.
the debt. Pero ahí viene la cosa. Una mente así es una mente débil
Sí.
de un muchacho de 19, 20 años que estaba ganando mucho. Maybe he learned that eso, winning. Y cuando llegó el tiempo que él perdió algo, puede ser lo más mínimo que es, what's 25, 20 grand? What is that nowadays? You know, y que tú vengas y que quitarte la vida porque no, se me jodió el crédito y ahora perdí $25,000 en algo, a bad bet or whatever the case was. I didn't really go in deep into the story, pero te va a quitar la vida porque perdiste 20,000 pesos.
That's crazy.
But maybe those 20 mil pesos para él, maybe it was like the end of the world, you know? We truly don't know what clicks in people's brain when they finally come to peace with themselves and like, this is what I want to do. You know, we don't know. We haven't been there, right? So
I think it's so
we've all
spiritual.
dealt with some sort of depression.
I think it's spiritual as well, obviously.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, because Satanas is, the devil's always going to tempt you when you're in your lowest.
Yeah.
And he'll hit you hard, bro. So
Yeah.
it's definitely spiritual because that's not God. That's not from God for sure.
And sometimes people hit rock bottom and they think that's their only choice.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I hope that that mentality changes.
I know, man.
Because the number of suicide rates in men is very high.
Yeah.
It's bro. We just talked about a whole mental health situation with men just on the growing up side, but now when it comes with women, suicide rate from men on because of women is crazy.
Pero eso es otra cosa también.
It's crazy.
Ahí viene donde when there's weak-minded people.
Or upbringing, yeah.
Or upbringing, pero, because of the upbringing, you're weak-minded.
Or what they see at home.
También.
Or also broken homes.
También.
Or, bad relationships, toxic.
Porque you have a bad relationship with somebody. Okay, en los ojos tuyos de esa persona, oh, she's the only woman. Yeah. That's it. If I'm not with her, then I might as well take my life away.
Unfortunately, what happened in Green Acres? Remember that gentleman?
Era un cubano, no era?
I think so. Yeah.
Jovencito,
killed the
like
girl
in his 30s.
and the daughter.
I think he was in his 30s.
And then killed.
Yeah, he right where I used to live at in Chris Haven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I heard that. Yeah. That actually came in my not Amber Alert, but those.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Those alerts, the que te manda la policía, the authorities.
Sí.
It's crazy, bro. Like
what's crazy is it's very common.
Uh-huh.
It happens a lot. I always say this all the time. I think working as a firefighter, I see a lot more than what normal people see. And I always say, like, everyone lives in a bubble. If they only knew what happens around them, because not everything makes the news. Mm-hmm. I've done to thousands of calls, and maybe a handful of them have made the news.
Wow.
Yeah. You think they do that on purpose, or
no? I just think maybe they didn't get wind of it, or maybe it was too late before it was clean. It was cleaned up.
I kind of feel like they wanna like plan of what they're posting or like what to show people. I think it's more organized than that, than just.
You're saying the news?
Yeah.
I mean, they love spreading negativity.
They have an agenda. Yeah. They have an agenda.
They always have an agenda. I feel that the news likes to inflate. Is that a proper term?
The situation.
The situation. And just be more exageradamente. Puede ser que se explotó una lata de soda en la calle y esa lata de soda tenía dinamita dentro, por eso es que explotó. ¿Entiendes?
But you know what made it worse too? Back then, we didn't have cell phones like that with cameras recording this and that. What you saw on the news is what somehow someone was at the right moment, the right time, they were able to record this. Yeah. Now, you get things from 3 different angles from the same situation.
100%. And you know what's going on around the world more.
Mm-hmm.
So we desensitized to crime, to murder, to seeing things like now in camera.
Back then we relied on
the guy that got shot in the neck. What was his name? Charlie
Kirk.
Whatever.
Yeah,
bro,
Charlie
they
Kirk.
show it on live TV.
Yeah. And you're exposing people to trauma, which is then is gonna desensitize people for things.
You would never see that on TV back then. Never. And I'm like, yo, it was just crazy to witness it.
This guy wanted to be in the podcast.
This
guy,
Ocean.
This is Ocean, people.
He wants a little bit of camera time.
Yeah, he wants
15
some camera
minutes
time.
of fame.
Ocean, you got something to say?
Say something right here. There you go.
Oh my God, he's too cute.
Oh man. But we definitely, when it comes to the news, back then we just relied on newspapers and the TV to find out what was going on. Nowadays it's
or word of mouth, but
social media is a big thing. Now.
People with their cell phones and posting things right away. Mm-hmm. You see it all the time. Like we're on something. It's like everyone's. Why do you think there's so much traffic sometimes? It was an accident. Everybody's trying to see what's going on, and everybody has their cell phone out.
Those rubber.
They're always trying to record and put it on Only Palm Beach.
So annoying. Yeah, only in Dade, only in Palm Beach. I'm like, they're their own news channel now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to see
live
them.
and direct.
Yeah.
How about that police chase in Congress the other night?
I just saw people posting it. I didn't know what it was. It said some car chase, but I'm like,
Yeah, on Gateway,
yeah,
Congress.
yeah,
I saw that. They had everybody there: FHP, sheriff, Boynton PD,
a
everybody.
lot of people.
I'm surprised you weren't there.
I was off.
Oh,
You would have been
it's
you
there.
would have been there.
It's my area. Yeah, it's one of my zones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any advice, Manny, that you would like to give the people that are watching us when it comes to mental health, or if they are in a tough spot nowadays that they feel like they can't speak to nobody? Anything you would like to say to? Porque te lo pregunto a ti because, you know, you teach, not specifically that, but I feel like from your experience that you've seen, you can probably have some good intel for those folks that would like to understand what they can do in a situation where they feel stuck because they can't communicate, they can't show their emotions or whatnot.
No. My advice is to, work on your communication, on how to express your emotions. Therapy, like I said, if you don't have someone to speak with, maybe you could find someone. Even though they don't know you, they're professionals, right? Mm-hmm. But I definitely, recommend that, releasing your emotions as well. Like you were talking about crying earlier. A big major one is going to be, taking care of your body as well. Working out does correlate with better mental health. So putting that into effect, and just taking care of your mind, body, and soul. Reading the Bible, going to church. You could make friends there as well. There's so much you could do.
Whole
right?
community there.
There's a community there, so never feel alone. And if anyone ever felt like they need to talk to somebody, just you could reach out, just
So any of us.
Yeah.
I have someone close to me, consider my brother, that, try to take his life, and because of the grace of God, they found him on time and they were able to bring him back. And that's something that's close to me because it hurts me.
Yeah.
But he's doing amazing now, so
That's good.
happy.
That's good to hear. We're happy too. And hey, Joe, you have anything you want to add to that?
Is there a place that people could call? I know I've seen it like on movies, like, oh, if you ever feel this way, call this hotline. They have hotlines for these things, right?
I think they do. I don't have the information right now.
I don't know if it's 211. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right?
Look
Let me
that
see.
up. That might be it. I don't know. If not, just call 911.
Oh no! Oh yeah, you can call 911. But once we find that information, we'll definitely put it on the screen.
And there's a suicide hotline.
There's a suicide hotline too.
988.
Oh,
988 is
what's
the number.
211 then?
I have no idea.
Can you say the whole number?
You go through what was like, thank you for calling Massage and Happy Endings. I can help you.
Dang, you took it there.
Can you go ahead and say the
Frustration.
phone number that people can call?
Yeah. So it is, I think it's also by your area. You got to look at locations and stuff, but I think it's 988. You could call or text 988. They also have a website. It's called 988lifeline.org.
Okay.
See, I was right.
Well,
211 is a confidential service connecting residents to local community-based organizations for help with food, housing, utility bills, healthcare, and crisis/suicide intervention.
oh
Well,
wow.
there you go.
That's it. That's even more.
It's easier to remember, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, 211.
And if anybody feels like they can talk to one of us at HOK_podcast, or you can email us at houseofkingspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you guys want to?
No, I just thank you guys for having me on here.
No, thank you for coming,
No,
bro.
thank you,
It was
sir.
a pleasure.
Appreciate you.
Hopefully, we'll do some other ones,
Of
We'll
course.
keep it light, and this was a more serious note.
We'll
Yeah.
do a typical one.
You know me with that.
Yeah, Manny over here is
It's
a
in my
typical hand.
veins.
We could talk about, new spots.
Well, this is why I got the guida and the tambora here. It's for
Yeah.
you, bro.
I'm talking about new spot. You're the only one that's gonna know about new spots. I'm a washed up dad.
No, but I'd better go out now. I'd better go out.
Nah,
No, yeah,
for us, it's
definitely.
all brunches now.
Yeah. That's my thing, bro. Brunch. all
Ain't
the
trying to
time.
be out late.
Nah.
Too old for that.
Nah,
Yeah.
but that's good. That's good. This is a good one, man.
Well, guys, I appreciate it again for Manny for
Thank you.
joining us. And now, mi gente, ya ustedes saben, para la próxima, no, don't be a stranger. Lock in. Visit us to our YouTube channel. We definitely have a whole bunch of episodes you can, watch and just, catch up on. Very funny episodes are on there as well. If you are a bachata lover, we have an interview with Eunel Nueva Era, which is episode 6. Lock into that. Y nada, ya ustedes saben, mi gente. Love you guys. Y
Hasta
para
la
la próxima.
próxima.